Okay, that cropping looks a lot more promising. And now the Ursaluna has its citrus berry back. If you saw from the episode 1, didn't crop it correctly and forgot my citrus, and my Ursaluna got KO'd. Right. Seems pretty reasonable. I would definitely have knockoff on my Okie Dokie at this point, because then you get the poison into the Terra Fairy Shadow Rider, but you get to knock off the Ghost and Psychic. Although, against my Rhydon. That makes sense. Okay. So my Ursaluna would be very good here, except for the Okie Dokie, because it can hear me in and out of my Terra. Koraidon is very good here. I think I'm going to still lead with Ursaluna and Grimmsnarl. Definitely Koraidon, of course. And... what's the Terra? Grass. I'm going to bring Walking Wake, I think. That is perfectly acceptable, because Ursaluna walls this Lunala completely. So I guess I assumedly fake out with my faster Grimmsnarl. I expect to outspeed almost all Incineroars. That's fine, they get their +1, but who cares? Actually, that was a decent chunk. But now they can't touch the Ursaluna with... yeah, they just can't touch the Ursaluna with the Lunala anymore. So I'll foul play and still do very good damage here, and I will not get greedy, and I will Moonlight. But this is fine. That's still a really good chunk, whoa. Okay, so now I can go for... Fake Tears, not Fake Tears, Scary Face and Earth Power into this, right? I could also Scary Face this and Moonblast this and just leave the Okie Dokie to the rest of my Pokemon. Should be reasonable as well, because the Roaring Rune isn't really threatening too much at the moment. But it's got its boost. Yeah, I think that's more of a priority. So I'm going to Fake Tears this and just Moonblast this. And I should be surviving. Oh, that did way more than expected. Yeah, I should have Scary Faced. No, I shouldn't, because as soon as Clutch, my EVs are amazing. So that's decent. So now, I would assume this is Fake Out into the Ursaluna and Poison Jab into my Grimmsnarl. There is nothing I can do about that. But this is a very strong position for me, I think, because my Walking Wake is going to be looking good afterwards. So I will Fake Tears this again, and I will attempt to Moonlight. They didn't Fake Out, but that's fine, because that's not enough for the KO. And they allow me a Moonlight, so very kind of them. So now I can go into... I got a couple of choices here, actually. So I could just go for Koraidon and just Banded Flare Blitz into the Okie Dokie. I mean, I assume I am going to be strong enough to KO this now. And I don't think I need to Terra the Koraidon. So I'd assume this KOs. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That also makes a little bit of sense, but it's perfectly fine. Okay, so... I assume this still KOs. Because now I'm Sun boosted. Ooh, very close. That's alright. You are locked into that now, you fool. See you later. And the game is over. That was a good chunk, to be fair, but you KO yourself, and yeah, the game's locked up. So, Hydro Steam, Flare Blitz, and big damage. because that was decent. Yeah, if they were the Moonblast set, they would do much better against my team, but they are not. I do not like Meteor Beam in the slightest because of the mischance. Adaptation would they do? I'm going to go Grimmsnarl Golden Go, I think, at this point. Ursaluna was fine, but I think it's worth dropping it for Golden Go. Okay, my switch up was not a good one. However, I can still go for Fake Out and Make It Rain, and do very good damage to this Roaring Moon, assumedly putting it in range of just a Foul Play. That was close. I think I did roughly that much last time. How much did I do last time? 31. So it's not going to be enough, but that's okay. So still Foul Play here. I will still attempt to Make It Rain, but oh, what? Why did they let me Make It Rain? Now I get the KO. I'll take that. Because Flareblitz won't KO my Grimmsnarl either. Like so. So this is good. Thank you kindly. Then don't know who's faster between these, but I would assume... What? They got Trick Room. So I don't actually know. I think the breaking of the Shadow Shield is the most important part, because then I can just Terra Fire Flare Blitz through everything. So I will just double attack, and Shadow Shield is broken. So... Oh, they're trying to Trick Room. Okay. That is entirely reasonable from them. Because now they can Flare Blitz KO this. But I still... They would KO themselves to recoil. And actually I can switch into Walking Wake as well. And what do I want to lock into? I think it's Heat Crash. No, because in case it's Raging Bolt. I do not want to Terra just yet, but I will do that next time. I think it's just Outrage, right? I think this is a time for Outrage, because it would hit everything. So, yeah. Just Outrage and switch to Walking Wake. Although that might lose to Raging Bolts being able to hit me with just Draco. But then Walking Wake can just Draco back. So, that would be fine. So, it is Okie Dokie, so that's all good. This is where the Terra on the Walking Wake comes into play. They are not strong enough, because I'm a bulky Koraidon, and goodbye. Banded Koraidon. So, yeah. I should actually start uploading replay, shouldn't I? So, let me do it in order. Because I am, once again, now using version 5.0, I think, at this point, of the Palkia Academy Showdown reporting spreadsheet, which I forgot to link in my serious prep videos last time. This is the guy. So go and follow him on Twitter. This is an incredibly useful resource. And I will do my best to remember the link in the description. Is that because this is updated now? Is this where I put it? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So there's that one. I forgot the first couple, but oh well. It's fine. Not copy. Whoops. I press Control-C, not Control-V. There we go. Cool. And moving on. I am hoping Banded Koraidon is the one. Like, yes, there is Incineroar, but, you know, strong. Right, so I've got to be ready for this team. So if I lose, I need to look at my team again. Because this is bottom of the ladder. Like, what, 1200s? Actually, to be fair, 1200s when I'm 1100s. I'll take it. But yeah, I need to be able to beat this team, obviously. This is a very reasonable team to bring to the World Championships. So. I think Grimmsnarl Golden Go seems reasonable. Koraidon is very good. I don't think I want Ursaluna. But I might change my mind if I consider terroring it. Volcarona is decent. Hold on, yeah, it's not Terra Fire, so Volcarona would be perfectly reasonable here. In fact, Koraidon Volcarona would also be very reasonable. Because if they go for an Amoonguss, I can just KO with Flare Blitz / Heat Crash and Will-O-Wisp. So actually that might be better. I'm bringing Grimmsnull. I'll always bring Grimmsnull against a Cataract Ice Rider. And I still think I want Golden Go. So, let's see. Okay, so they cannot Oko Volcarona with the Surging Strikes currently. There has got to be a Pelipper waiting in the back. There's no way there is not a Pelipper waiting in the back. So, I'm Terra Fire here, so I can't do anything about it. So it's probably better to leave Koraidon in the back, especially when there's Pelipper. Like, they've got Pelipper switching in here. So, switch to Grimmsnull. Double switch? Double switch. Yeah, it was always going to be. And is this a KO? If it is, I need to update my EV spread. So, it is. So here's Koraidon again. And now, this is still perfectly reasonable. I believe I do want to just Terra Fire 120 against Pelipper, but it would be terrible against Cataracts. So they've got no Protect here. I will double into Pelipper. There's a Mungus. That's alright. Oh, and they give me Pelipper. I'll take it, because I've EV'd my Golden Go to be faster than Pelipper. Like, that's what the speed set's for. So, now I win the Weather War. Decent. This will not KO my Koraidon. I'd be very surprised if this KOs my Koraidon. And even if it doesn't, even if it does, oh yeah, that's not KOing. And this might not KO me to recoil. It's going to be close. It should. Yeah, it did. Okay, that's fine. Because here's Volcarona now. And they're locked into close combat. So, yeah, easy win. So I just overheat and Shadow Ball, right? Or even just make it rain. Yes, there's no White Guard anymore. Yeah, it's just overheat and make it rain. Yeah, that was an interesting lock of close combat, but that's perfectly fine. Oh, there's the Flame Body when I don't need it. That's why I want Overheat, because that can Oko in the sun. And then, yeah, cool. So, what to do against that? Because what would they do to adapt? So I'm not going to lead Koraidon this time. That was a silly idea. Going to go back to the Grimmsnull Golden Go that I was initially planning. They led the same thing for some reason. So, what is stopping me from just foul play and make it rain? Because if they switch in Pelipper, then I just bring in Koraidon. And then things are good. So I will foul play, and do I need to Terra? Because if they Terra Grass, no, I'll just make it rain and see what happens. That's an interesting one. I mean, reasonable, but I'm perfectly content with this because you can't Terra the Calyrex anymore. So, don't I just win? Right? And this is where I Terra Steel. Because then that would definitely KO. Right? Surely. Because this is bypassing any coaching boosts. Foul play is as normal, so this KOs. So not really sure what their plan was there. Oh yeah, and the game's definitely over. So just break Focus Ashes, I guess. So they can't fake me out. I've got a guaranteed break of the Pelipper Focus Ash, and I just lock into Outrage and twice. Oh yeah, because of course they can. I Terra Steel now. But this doesn't KO. This breaks Focus Ash. Game over. So Fake Tears and Shadow Ball maybe gets the KO. Not quite, but that's fine. Oh, I didn't even get KO'd here. Yeah, I'll just do whatever. Doesn't really matter at this point. Game was over on turn 1 because coaching was not the play. And then here's Koraidon. And I'll just click Outrage because it saves a click. So, yeah, that their game 2 plan was not very efficient. So, as you could clearly see. So, okay, I beat a very common team. Obviously, that is not a very big sample size. And I am going to be practicing against that against friends. at some point, but we're in the theorying stage at the moment, so that can wait a bit. But that seemed pretty reasonable to start off with. In my little bit of practice, I have been surprised how many people are bringing Urshifu against me, given that, you know, Koraidon overwrites the sun. Like, even when they didn't have Pelipper, people were bringing Urshifus against me. Pormot is very reasonable, but it's not Terra Fairy, it's Terra Steel for some reason. Like, Terra Fairy is a way of walling Miraidon. I'm not a fan of running 6 physical attackers or 6 special attackers, because, like, this team, you know, like, you have Sacred Sword, but, like, against Zamazenta, you are incredibly weak. Right. So, there is no fighting resist. There is no Terra Ghost. There's a Terra Flying maybe, but yeah, Bandit Close Combat will just tear through this team. So, they have a faster fake out than me. I don't feel the need to just go Koraidon immediately. Volcarona is very good here. Yeah, Volcarona is really good. So I think I'm going to lead with Volcarona and Walk and Wake, and I'm going to have Koraidon on the back so that if they lead with the Urshifu, like people seem to be doing, I can switch my Volcarona into Koraidon and outspeed them and just Draco KO them. So I think that seems pretty reasonable to start off with. And then as the final mon, don't think I want Ursaluna. I think Golden Go. Okay, that seems pretty reasonable. Now, does a Terra Water KO this? I don't think it would. Yeah, because I can very easily just Will-O-Wisp here. I can Will-O-Wisp and switch to Golden Go, and there's nothing they can do about it. I mean, to be fair, the Behemoth Blade is actually going to chunk this Volcarona. I would be very surprised if Behemoth Blade and Ice Spinner is enough to KO the Volcarona. Even though I'm not that invested in defense. Like, it's a reasonable amount. I've got good enough bulk, but I still want it to be strong. So, and this is a 93% accurate to Will-O-Wisp, because wide lens. Okay, and that's fair enough. And that was a little bit of damage onto the Golden Go. So, still think I want to Will-O-Wisp here. And are they brave enough to Sucker Punch in the face of my nasty plot? I'm going to go for Make It Rain. If they Sucker Punch, fair enough. But that means the Volcarona couldn't have been KO'd this turn and I get my Will-O-Wisp. It might be best to consider just going for Rage Powder and hope for Flame Body, because then I definitely get to Make It Rain off. But this seems fine. I'm happy with that. They did just Sucker Punch, that's fair enough. But now, because I hit that Will-O-Wisp, my Koraidon is looking pretty good. Which way around do I do it? Because yeah, they still do good damage because of the Chien-Pao. I'm going to go Koraidon. And I'm going to double into this Chien-Pao. Need to learn the weights for Heat Crashed. Surprised it's 40 against Chien-Pao. I think I just want close combat for now. Because I'm intending on switching into Walking Wake anyway. So. But yeah, again, someone's brought Urshifu against me. Still a little bit confused by it. And this was when I didn't have Ursaluna on the team, so it was like, oh, I need a close combat into it. So. That was a good chunk, but did I forget to Terra Fire? Oh, I didn't need to. I'm a genius. Look at my read. Me forgetting to Terra Fire, so I was resisting the Ice Spinner. Oh, I'm so good. That's cool. And then, yeah, that comes back in. But I suspect I am strong enough to Oko this Zacian. So I am going to go for the Switch into Walking Wake because they are definitely Surging Striking this. And now I Terrify so that I'm not weak to play rough. And they are not +1, so this should be a KO. Yep, got that one right. And this is a thing I like about Walking Wake. Like, that's absolutely pathetic from Urshifu. And then this does not KO, not even close. And this does. Because Banded Koraidon should be busted. Like, it really should be. Yeah, so now I'm pretty confident. I have it's Leopard Berry. I didn't even notice that. I thought I'd just assume it would be Focus Sash. But yeah, I can just go for Dragon Pulse KO here. I'll switch to Volcarona to reset the drops. That's a KO because Life Orb. Oh yeah, Revival Blessing. Probably should have gone for the Palm Up, but oh well. Too late now. Oh, does this mean that Zacian gets his Intrepid Sword again? I don't know this interaction. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, cool. But I still outspeed, so I can go for Hydro Steam and Rage Powder so that the Nuzzle goes into here instead. It's got knockoff. I need to read the actual moves. Hasn't even got Double Shock or Close Combat. So, yeah, that's fair enough. They're going to try and Nuzzle the Volcarona, but they will need a Double Protect into a full Paralysis, right? Wait. Oh, Leopard Berry! I'm an idiot! I need to pay attention. You just don't facepalm up. So, yeah, this is quite amusing at this point. But now I'll be able to go for Tailwind and Hydro Steam into the Zacian. Does the Urshifu remain burned? I guess I'll find out. Because I haven't seen Revival Blessing for over a year. But yeah, Hydro Steam and just Tailwind. I should know that interaction with a burn. But it's been ages. Yeah, I was not paying attention to the fact that, like I said, oh, this is Leopard Berry, not Focus Sash. And just didn't pay any attention to the fact they could Revival Blessing again. But I don't think it matters. I outspeed them. That's not what I expected. But here, I believe that I can go for Koraidon and Overheat, and this is a KO. And with my wide lens, I'm feeling incredibly comfortable. Like so. So yeah, it didn't matter that I wasn't paying attention. They get a Flame Body as well, which is quite funny. And I'll Outrage to save a click. Okay, cool. Yeah, I need to pay attention to that. Oh, they just left completely. Fair enough. I might as well still upload that. Cool. Yeah, I don't expect to face that at Worlds though, but that was quite funny. But they got the double Revival Blessing off with me just ignoring it completely.